Ready.
Good evening, Central Indiana, and welcome to JTH Construction Studio. I gotta do this right. Pause for effect. This is Porch Time. Keaton, all the way on the East Coast. How you doing, sir? Hope things are going well with you. There's Teresa Messmer and Shauna Clark. We have Mr. Haggard, Mr. Tutter on studio tonight.
Yes, sir.
And we will get to them momentarily because we're going to talk drones. You pet lovers, pay attention tonight. This is critical.
Very critical.
Like and share, like and share, like and share. Keaton, I'm not a sir. I work for a living. Such a military mind. Once again, welcome to JTH Construction Studio. Get a hold of Joe for all your construction needs. 765-913-8599. American Basement Solution, Mr. Larry Ralph, Senior 1-877-409-2837. Oh, hope that's a gas bubble and I'm not having a flatliner here on the screen. That'd be bad. Fathom Real Estate, Teresa Messmer, 765-341-8911. I work for a living. Whatever, Keaton. What's up, Levi? The Yard Barber, Andrew Payton, 765-318-4108. Just giving you hope you're... I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well, Keaton. Livewire, Tommy Walls, Electrical Consulting, 765-792-4012. And he posts pictures of Need to Know Bakery all the time. Which I'm just like, come on. Teresa, did I already say your name? Yes, I did. Fathom Real Estate. Teresa Messmer, 765-341-8911. And there she is right there. Teresa Messmer.
Second one.
Get a hold of her for all your real estate needs. How you doing, Levi? Representing Home Bank of the house. You're like, dude, I hate you. Logan's Cosmos, 765-318-3388. The man, the myth, Robert. Stid's Comfort System, 765-346-0195. Wayman's Furniture Appliance and Mattress. Get a hold of Mark, 765-342-4339. And let's not forget our lovely ladies, Hometown Nutrition, Martinsville. Protein shakes, boosted teas, parfaits. They open up at 7 o'clock now. Stop in there, tell them Porch Time sent you, and you'll get a shake at the regular price. I guarantee it.
Guaranteed.
What's up, Mike? All right. Eli Haggard, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing just fine, Kev. How are you?
Good. Mr. Tutter, how are you, sir?
I'm doing pretty good, too.
All right, Eli. What in the world is going on with you? Just busy?
Busy.
You're a businessman now.
Yep.
Is it LLC?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Haven't got that far yet.
You got to get that.
Yep, we got to get that.
That
is next on the list.
First of all, tell me how you got started.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what led you to do this, how you guys met, and then let Mr. Tutter talk a little bit, and then we'll get into some stuff that I know. And you've got one of your drones with you. Can I play with that while you're talking?
Yes, you can.
What if I break it?
You got a lot of money?
To some people they think I do, but actually no. Well, this is fantastic.
Just kidding. Yep, that is the thermal drone we use for...
We will get into this. What's up, Mr. McKinney? Hello, Ann. Not a lot of people know Robert Norman Keaton. Go ahead, Eli.
So, we got started... How did I start out? So, I started watching...
You've been doing this in high school.
Yeah. So, I started the racing drones. Have you ever seen the racing drones?
I have. Those things fly like 900 miles an hour.
Yes, they're in like the arenas. I had one. It was small. It wasn't a very nice brand, but I flew it around the house, crashed into about every wall we had, and I'm
afraid to break that.
Yeah.
Feels very military-ish.
And then I did that and for a while, and there was a couple races over in Cloverdale I went and watched once. But other than that, I was in a dirt bike accident and quit the drone stuff for a little while, and then came back and was like, you know what? I think, drone photography would be very cool.
I saw that too. Your mom.
Yeah.
You got fans.
We do. I know Nick's, just about his whole family said, oh my gosh, 7 o'clock, we're going to be on there.
That's awesome.
Yep.
So were you in audiovisual or anything like that in school, and journalism or anything with what's the camera group? The
MHS Rewind.
Yeah, Rewind.
I'm part of that.
You're part of that?
Nick is in that. Is this your second year?
I remember
second
seeing
year.
you now. Yeah. So
Second
you
year.
were not.
I was not. I have been in the since sophomore year, the law enforcement class with
Really?
Haggard. Yes. Yep.
I did not know that.
Yes, sir.
I did not know there was a law enforcement class.
Yes, there is. Yep, it's part of the vocational
That is
class.
fantastic.
So I'm hoping to use this bad boy maybe in law enforcement career someday.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you two have known each other for a while. Nick, what was your you're in Rewind.
Yeah.
So you're audiovisual anyway. You're into the cameras and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that was your attraction to it. And of course, Mr. Haggard, how you doing, sir? So getting up in the sky is part of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're liking that.
Yep.
All right. So tell us a little bit. You started out probably a simple drone.
Simple drone. The first drone, we didn't bring it in.
Yeah.
It's about the same size. Not as expensive, not many cameras. This drone has 3 cameras. It has a wide camera, a zoom camera.
I know it looks like a mini Raptor.
Yes.
I mean, honestly.
A thermal camera.
You do have a thermal camera on
Yes,
there.
I forgot I had a camera.
I see. No, that's just. Hello, Connie. So we can actually have thermal cameras now in the civilian world.
Yep.
That is insane.
You do have to have certain types of
I'm sure you
license
do.
and permits. But yes, the thermal camera. Now, the cool thing about this, if you ever have this up in the air and you have it pointed towards the sun, there is a protector that'll shut it. Because if any type of sunlight or any type
Melt
of
it.
rays, it will melt that lens. Yep.
That is fascinating to me. Okay, so before we get too deep into it, the licensing, you have to have almost a FAA license.
Yes.
And you can only go so high.
Part 107 license.
Yep.
And then, of course, a registered.
So you have to register that for the state or the Fed?
Federal.
Really? Does the state get involved at all?
Not much.
Really?
No. What you have to do, any drone that is under or over, 249 grams, it has to be registered.
Wait a minute. Why are we measuring? I just figured that out.
249 grams.
You can't fly a Bell from south of the border, north of the border. Are you kidding me?
Nope. It has
That's
to
what
be.
they based it off of?
It has to be 249 grams or under.
That's exactly why they did it. Mr. Walls, how you doing, sir? That is exactly. Hello, Geneva. Hello, Connie. That's exactly why they did that. Makes sense, but it just struck me funny.
Yeah.
Because when you said grams, I'm like, oh, now I get it. Now I get why they did it. Nope, not worried about power or size.
Nope.
But weight distribution.
Nope. I should have brought in the other drone. The other drone, we were at football practice, and it was when the turf was getting redone.
Okay.
The grass that we were on, the grass field, was too thick for me to land.
Okay.
So you can...
Good evening, William.
You can hand catch these drones.
Yes.
Well, it was windy. It caught, and I have a scar on my arm, and there's a chunk missing out of the blade still out in the car of the blade that went in my arm. And gosh, it hurt. I was bleeding. All the guys, they were at the end of football practice.
Yeah.
You were still out there. They all looked at me laughing. Coach Duggar looked back. Are you okay? Yes, I'm fine. And he kept talking, and I'm trying to get myself from bleeding. And
Was he hurt?
Yeah.
pretty
It was
rough.
a big chunk. Hello, Jeff. So they do have power.
Oh, yes.
And the blades are sharp. Are they poly or are they metal?
They are plastic.
Really? They're not a carbon fiber?
Mm-mm. There are some that you can get carbon fiber. But that is
These are just regular plastic and they
Plastic
pop off
type. Yep.
so they don't break when something goes bad, they pop.
Yep.
It's the old crash at derby cars and you can put them back together and use them again.
Yep. If you
Fascinating.
say if you were in like tall grass or something and the blades couldn't spin, it'll actually stop all the motors from spinning.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it doesn't burn the motor up.
Nope.
That is fascinating. And these are just little plastic clips. They do have 2 metal rivets.
Yep.
Put them together. Okay. Hello, Tina. All right. I thought for sure that, but you have to keep, this is why I thought it was fiber or poly weight distribution.
Right.
But what is that, 8 pounds?
I forget what it is. Something like that.
I got that calibrated right arm. Oh, it's a little heavier. I'd say, maybe 10, 8 to 10 at the tops. I bet you it may not even be that. That's lightweight, but the whole thing is plastic.
Yes,
The engine is not. Your fan is not. And your optics that I'm rubbing my finger across. Cameras? Or
auxiliary lights.
Okay,
Yes.
lights. Yep. And the cameras are in the bio in the front, right?
Right. So all the actual viewing cameras
Hello, Christine.
are on the front. All these top, bottom, they are obstacle avoidance
Okay.
eyes.
I understand that.
And then these are nighttime obstacle avoidance eyes.
So you got curb filters all the way around it.
Yep.
and you've got a infrared camera.
Mm-hmm.
What's it powered by?
It is
I'm just curious.
lithium-ion battery.
Okay, so it is a lithium battery.
Yep. And you can feel it again. The battery is most of the weight.
That is going to be the weight.
Oh, yes. Very much.
You see that?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. That is all the weight.
Mm-hmm. Very much so.
So there should be a... And you can't dispose of these. You just chuck them in the trash.
No.
That's probably why you have to sign that.
Yeah.
Hello, Steve. Okay, so real quick before we go too deep, where can you get the lithium batteries at? And an average, what's that cost?
This one?
Mm-hmm. Spill it.
This one's about... is
1,000?
gonna,
How about up or down? 1,000?
Up.
1,500?
Up.
2,000?
Up.
Yeah,
I
it's
quit.
way up.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
$5,000.
Style.
What are you paying for though? Your night vision and your
Infrared. Yep.
So that's why. So you're 7,500.
A little low.
Yeah.
Yep. Roughly. About 7, 6, 5, 7.
There's Francis says, Nick and Eli love me.
Oh, that's my grandma.
Okay. Hello, Dana. So makes sense though in the fiber, and you're firing it up.
Yeah.
Careful. Got a lot of cables in here. I don't want you to hit the telephone wire.
We'll go ahead and just, I won't fire it up, but we'll go ahead and just show you the camera view. I'll let you hold the remote. Can I do that?
Well, sure. No, you shouldn't. I don't have that kind of money laying around.
Yeah, we'll view Nick here.
Attitude mode.
Tell us a little bit about some of the things that you have gotten into, and I'm going to shoot these off real quick, and you guys are going to be amazed.
Sure.
Tracking down deer
Yes.
that have been shot, and you can track them and find them.
Yep.
Lost pets, which is massive.
Absolutely, yes.
Massive. If you lose your pet, holy cow.
There you go. Yep.
Folks, you got to see this. Now, let's say this guy was out in your yard, and Nick's a big boy, and you saw this on your infrared camera. That is... see if I got my... Okay, yeah. The one on the... I don't know what side. One's infrared and one's the actual color picture.
Mm-hmm.
And is it live time right to you?
Oh, yes.
Instant.
Yep.
Can you take that and send it to a computer from there?
Uh-huh.
Dude, we need
It has
to talk
like-
after the
Oh,
show.
yes.
Has like an SD card and stuff in there too.
We need to talk. This show's over with as of right now. Because remember when I asked you, and I don't think you had that capability yet.
No.
Because that was my first question. Can we go live remote and zoom it, for lack of better words?
That's the fan kicking on, yeah.
Right, to my computer.
Yep.
And you're like, no, we can't do that yet. But now you can.
Right.
And that's freaking phenomenal.
Absolutely.
Because that changed the game now.
Yep, we can.
Because you can go anywhere. But I mean, you think about it. You lose does your pet have to have? Let's say you can. Oh, dude, we're online and someone's going to take this. But you can. You know what the little flashy things are? You ever seen Black Hawk Down when they throw the chem light up and it's flashing?
Mm-hmm.
You can buy stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And if you put that in your pet's collar, especially the ones that run off,
Yeah.
You could find their pet anywhere that you look.
Absolutely.
So, how many pets have you found, or have you been asked to do that yet?
There was a while back. Nick went to this call with me. It was over by, where was it at? It was over by the salon shop, over by the dentist's office.
Okay.
Back
over by Chinese restaurant.
South side of town.
So
yes.
you got to put the Chinese restaurant in, and I know where you're going. That's
yes.
my.
There was an older lady.
Aircraft entered altitude zone.
An older lady that.
Wait a minute. There's an aircraft above us.
Yes.
And it picked it up.
I can track other aircrafts.
No freaking way.
I can track the biggest planes, military planes. Yes, it'll show up on my screen where they're at, how high they are.
Dude, we're going UFO hunting real soon. Then, are you kidding me?
Nope.
And this is a middle of the road. This isn't anywhere near top.
Mm-mm. Oh no. This is the one. I love this drone.
They thought the rates were high before on advertisement. Wait till after the show. I want a drone.
Yeah.
That'll sure to tick a few people off.
This
is fantastic.
This is not the only bad thing about it.
This is a kid's toy. This is a toy that grown-ups play with now.
Yes.
Anyway.
This is the best of the best that you can get. The thing that's going to get you higher, the one above it, is it's waterproof. This one is not waterproof. It's not IP65.
I didn't mean to interrupt your story about the cat, the animal. Go ahead, and we'll go back to that in a minute.
The animal. So an older lady, I think, posted on Porch Time, said they lost their animal.
Okay.
It had ran off. Okay, called her, very emotional. Got through the phone call, gave me the address. We went to it. 5 minutes before we arrived, we went ahead and just started there. We sat there in the driveway.
A little closer to your mics.
There was a person that hit the dog.
Oh.
Yes, took it to Avon where they lived, to their shelter, whatever, to get it treated, a vet, and brought it back to the owner.
Okay.
But we didn't use the drone, but we sure were ready to use the drone if we needed to.
Okay.
Yep.
And you already have a deer. So you haven't been doing this side of it very long, but you already have a deer story.
Yes.
You can do it if you want to leave the names out. You can.
I really don't think they'll mind. Mr. Phil Deckard, the second, my criminal justice teacher.
All right.
He was down at their family property, and him and his daughter, they were down there and got a deer and couldn't find it, lost the blood trail, and
You picked it up with the infrared.
we got it under, I don't know, I wish Mr. Deckard was here to talk. We found it maybe under 7, 8, 9 minutes.
Are you kidding me?
Within miles of ground. Yep.
What do you think of this stuff, Nick?
It was surprising to me then, because he called me up. I think it was like 6 o'clock, maybe it was, whatever day that was.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I had like something going on. I think it was like my mom was like having me pick up pizza for dinner, so I couldn't drive. Where was it at?
Green County,
Oh,
Indiana.
that's way down there. It's an hour drive on the interstate, maybe a little more.
Yep, it was a good drive. Yeah.
So I wasn't able to go down there, and then what was it? You said you got back at like 2 o'clock. My mom would have been mad if she would have. Yeah.
Oh, yep. Shelly. Yep.
There you go. Hello. That's fascinating.
Yeah.
So there is another side to this that we're going to walk gingerly around, but as far as tracking human beings that are in areas that they shouldn't be.
Exactly.
We're not going to say names or departments.
Yes.
But that's something you can do and probably have done already.
We have.
Yes.
Yes.
And that makes a difference.
Mm-hmm.
Tim's no longer with us, but we had spoke about stuff like this. You're saving lives at this point, especially with the infrared. Hello, Shell. Especially with the infrared.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, very much.
How did that go? Or what do you think of that? Do they contact you, or you just happen to show up on the scene because you have a fuzz or a doggone it radio?
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
I heard it, and I was like, they're having a hard time. It was the day shift.
Right.
Like again, we won't say department. It was the day shift still. It was probably 6, 7 o'clock at night. It was on Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving night.
They were looking for somebody.
They were looking for someone. They had a warrant, and he fled.
Was Timmy involved in this?
Um,
No, he was not. Was it this year?
yes.
Okay,
Yes.
no, he was
I think
not.
Timmy already passed.
Yeah.
But yes, we did attempt, and we did find somewhat. Somewhat. The drone battery died. I didn't get a chance to tell the deputies what exactly happened, but I found where he was sitting, the guy.
Right. You knew the location.
Exactly. Had the coordinates and everything.
So does it give you GPS
It does.
to the spot?
Yes, exact. If I am
Dude,
right above,
that is insane.
if I am right above this building, I can tell the coordinates I am sitting at. I can tell the coordinates of the.
Can you see through walls?
I can see the 2x4s in the walls. I went over to my sister's because she's in architectural design.
That's now we're treading on thin ice.
Yes.
Yes. I'm gonna start installing lead sheets in my house.
Yep. I can see the 2x4s or the studs, whatever they're called, in the walls. I can see somewhat through the roof.
But you can't really see humans and things.
No, you can't see like fully through it.
That's what you're telling us on air. Off air.
And
just think that you can't, but I guarantee you that we can with other tools in other areas of the world.
Oh yes.
I guarantee it.
Oh yes.
And that saves lives. Okay. This is fascinating to me. Tell me who else has asked for your service? Anybody else that we haven't mentioned that you can say without getting in trouble?
That logging company.
Are you talking about like emergency services?
Anything. Logging company? Are you counting trees from the sky? I mean,
that's
seriously.
that's something really cool. Bennett Logging,
Yeah.
they're a distant cousin out in Baker Township area. They have had me out 3 times, and what am I?
Is it white
Mind
oak the best trees? You can listen to me on this one. I think it's white oak or white ash. I don't know. Tim was into this with another friend of ours that we'll discuss later.
Yeah.
But they would go through the forest and they would look for this specific tree because that's their moneymaker.
Right.
Before they logged it. Or before they bid on it.
Mm-hmm.
And they would count trees and look for those. And if there wasn't many of them in there,
Right.
then they're going to price it high because they don't want to do it unless they're going to make money on it.
Right.
But you can literally take that drone through any woods and
Yes.
map it out.
Yep.
For one.
Yep.
And find what types of trees are in there.
Yep.
That is freaking awesome.
But yeah, the logging.
This is unlimited. You know that.
Mm-hmm. What is it?
It's just unlimited.
Yeah. You can do just about anything. There's spots where you can actually plug in a spotlight. It's like 12,000 lumens plus.
You don't want that though. You'll get shot at. Right.
Yeah.
Has anybody jacked with you?
No.
Where you're
actually,
in the sky yet?
The cool thing about the big drone is that
Is this the big one?
this is the big one.
Okay.
This drone, what you can do. Hello. Yep, Don. Hello. What you can do with it is if you want to get sneaky.
I like sneaky sometimes.
You can. There's a button. It's called discrete mode. You can turn every single light off on the drone. All the, you got your red and green. By law, those have to be on boats. Your marker lights, airplanes. You can shut all the lights off and be dark. You don't know where it's at. You can hear it. You can hear
what's
it.
the decibel level on that? Do you know how much it puts out?
I don't.
Full tilt.
What do you think?
None.
I don't have a clue. Mm-mm.
It's very quiet.
Yes.
I would at the football game some nights I would hear it, but have to locate it and look for a minute.
Yeah.
But the only reason you would hear it is when it buzzed in. But after it was there, the noise is so faint. It's like background noise, and you ignore it.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, it's crazy. I mean, like you said, when you are flying, it is louder. But when you all of a sudden come to a halt and just have it hover, it's very quiet. I mean, there's times that me and Nick have been out doing some type of operation, and then I'll get a phone call, lay my remote down, and be like, "Where's the drone? Oh, where's that?"
Right.
Same spot I left it in.
You said lay your remote down. You can literally leave the remote, set it down, and it's going to stay right there.
Oh yes.
So it doesn't become like the old toys, the old helicopter one. Once you put it down, that thing's going to into the chandelier. I turned to well, happy birthday, dear.
Happy birthday. Yes.
Scotty Rivers' daughter.
Okay.
That's fascinating.
Yep. Very much.
So your services are now for hire. And you do pet, deer, bad guy,
everything.
And one of my favorite shows on TV is Northwoods Law.
Okay, yeah.
And they have to climb the mountains when people get stuck on the Appalachian Trail up through there. Why don't they have a drone? I know snow and rain sometimes do affect it and wind, but it seems like a drone with infrared would be a quick fix.
That's just, I mean, that's what I think that everything's going to come to, is this type of technology.
I agree. Deliveries and everything.
The law enforcement, side of it. Mr. Deckard, he says you will be a drone operator in law enforcement.
Yeah.
He said, what I see you going into is conservation law.
Yeah.
Possum cop.
There you go.
He said the drones are they're crazy. Law enforcement's already using them. Out in California, they have stations at the top of their big buildings that they launch right from the station, and they have a dispatch center they can control from.
See, and technology is good, but when you put it in the hands of bad people, then it becomes bad.
Yep.
And that's unfortunate that you have a tool like this that could be wonderfully used for so many different things. And then if you think of the military side of it or something like that, you're like, oh my goodness.
Yep.
That's not good.
Nope.
That's so fascinating. I want one so bad.
They're very neat.
I don't have $7,800 on me to get a drone like that. Have you had to replace anything on that one?
I have not. They do say after 100 flights you need to replace the propellers, the props, but
those look pretty not even worn.
Nope. And I guess we could say we've done pretty well over 100.
Have you babied it at all? No. Out in any weather at all? Snow? Rain?
We've put it to its challenges.
Yeah.
We had the other drone. It's just like this one. Windy today.
Yeah.
It was crazy looking. You get on your remote.
So the camera stabilized?
Yep. It's on a gimbal. It is crystal clear.
Man, this is so good.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right, so what's your plans? What are your plans? What are you doing?
Well, I think we got some pretty good plans, don't we? We have some. We just.
If you want to give them up yet or no?
No, I think we're good with it. You know, we're doing shirts now. We got business cards out.
Okay.
I don't know. I think I see ourselves in the next 3-4 years.
Have you hit the county, the city, the state, Johnson County, Monroe, all around?
As right now, we're still in Morgan.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't gotten out of the county yet, but I think it will happen very quickly as soon as we get the name out. Faster,
right,
better.
And you're primarily going to be law enforcement, is what you're looking for.
Myself, like in a job career,
as the drone operator.
The drone. I mean, like I said, we do anything from tracking pets, people, this, that. We still do photography, stuff like that. I mean, I took some beautiful shots this morning. It was, or maybe yesterday morning.
I saw you post those.
I mean,
it was nice.
They look so cool.
Nice.
And then the night photos I took the other night of Martinsville.
It looked like a bridge. I was like, where's that bridge at? But
it was Faith Church up there on 44 is where we took it from. But yeah, I mean, and just like the logging, there's people doing logging stuff. They're wanting before and after shots. And like excavating companies. Before and after shots. All kinds. But one thing I'm really wanting to get into is like utility work, like looking at roofs, making sure there's no cracks, dents, stuff in roofs like that. And then they are really using drones now for bridge work.
Really?
To find cracks in the bridges. They would shut a lane of traffic down, and they'd have to drag chains across them to hear the cracks. Yeah. Now with thermal, you can see the cracks, and one, not put any of the guys at risk, and two, not have to back up, hold traffic.
Unlimited, like I said.
Mm-hmm.
Unlimited.
Yep.
Can you deliver packages? So if I say, hey, can you fly that over to McDonald's, get in the line?
Yeah.
Is there a mic on it? There needs to be.
I'm
sure there are with some.
Yes. Yeah, there is some.
Orders a thing of fries to go to the window and have a little thing pop up with $5 bill. Take the money.
Yeah.
Or we'll pay app.
Right. And
then fly it back here. Yep. I bet you could do it.
I think we could.
I guarantee you.
I think if we had a bigger drone, we sure as heck could.
They're delivering packages places around, I think, the country somewhere with drones.
Do you know if it's... I don't know if it's DJI or not.
I don't know.
Because the main brand we use is DJI.
Yeah. Yeah, who are the main drone characters, like business-wise?
I would say the number one... Everybody knows what DJI.
Okay.
I think...
Not everybody. I had never heard of them.
Really?
Yeah. But I'm not a drone guy.
Right.
I mean, it's all new to me.
The second is called... what's it called? It's like called... Autel is another one.
Okay.
But like, they're not military drones. Like military-grade drones. Right. Military, they use all their, in-cost stuff.
Right. I understand that.
But... I think DJI is the main brand.
Every sporting event in the world now has a drone footage over it. Just about. I know they use the eye in the sky, which is a camera on a cable.
Yeah.
But a lot of times now they have drone footage before the games, after the games, during the games, just everywhere. And that's awesome.
Yep.
No, we got to walk through this. So I have 4 cameras, and I could put 30 cameras on here if I wanted. So if I make a scene, drone cam, you'd have to... You too, dear. Happy birthday. Drone
Thank
cam.
You.
Then you'd have to use my wireless through your port to your camera and then back. And then we could be like, what's Eli doing? Boom. Drone cam.
That's right.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
We're going to try that.
Yeah.
I mean, not tonight, but we are going to try that.
That would be cool.
You just have to... tie into this somehow, and I'm trying to figure that out.
Now with this drone,
do you have does your Yeah, does your... Oh, you've got USB.
And mini HDMI. The thing with just this drone, since it's a commercial drone, it has its own software it runs off of. It's called Flight Hub, DJI Flight Hub 2.
Okay.
And you can, like, if we're on a scene of some type of multi-vehicle accident and you want to do an accident reconstruction, you could have your phone and my phone and that officer's phone
Set together.
all on the DJI, website,
Right.
looking at the same exact screen. You can go and pinpoint
Different
like
angles and
yep.
everything.
I mean, it's crazy what this one can do.
So you could pour it into my computer, which then pushes you through my OBS, which then pushes you through to my Facebook.
Yep. Bam. Live drone view of Martinsville, Indiana.
And we can do that on the road with the road unit too. So that means we could be out during the Christmas event, and we could pop up that screen if you're above us taking photos down.
Yep. Or any football games.
Then
Or coming back to you live from Ciderwitz Field.
Well, I was going to ask that, Jeff. Good question. You can't show the sun.
With the thermal.
And the moon is just going to be pitch dark anyway.
Right.
That would be.
I think I might video it with the other drone.
Well, we'll be at the fairgrounds, and you'll be there too.
Oh, will I?
Yeah, we're going to be set up there.
Do I get a VIP badge?
Well, there's no. It's wide open.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I haven't. Is it the Eclipse?
Yes.
I haven't got much information on that.
That's what the shirt is that I just showed.
Oh, gotcha.
They pulled all that. They're not worried about charging. We're going to set up Indiana. Zach and the Indiana weather guys are going to be down there.
Oh, cool.
We're going to be live there. They're going to be live there. We're going to play some cornhole, maybe cook out from like noon. It'll be a little before noon till 3 when it happens.
Sure. Cool.
Because you're not going to be able to travel around town. You might be able to travel around town with your drone. How long's the battery last on that?
That is
flight time.
That is one of the main questions we get. The main question.
I waited till the end to ask.
And it is it all depends, how much you're using it.
Right.
If you're on sport mode or normal mode.
What's sport mode? Racing?
Sport mode. This thing can get up to about 52, 53 miles an hour.
That's quick.
Yeah.
That's a pretty fast. You ever get attacked by birds?
No.
Eagle or a hawk come at you?
No. Now I've done that. I've chased after birds with it, and boy, do they get going.
Yeah.
Yes. It's funny when you do it. When you're doing that.
If you're running wide open, how long you got?
Do what now?
Full speed. How long does that battery last? Half an hour, 2 hours?
I'm gonna say roughly 35 to 40 minutes.
So
is about what you get.
Keep it smart, you can get an hour out of it.
Oh yeah.
But all you got to do is really bring it back, land it, put a new battery in it, and I'm sure that's pretty simple.
Yep.
And then up you go again.
Yep.
How long do those take to recharge?
Now, that's the bad part. They do take a minute to charge.
So you'll need 5 or 6 batteries if you're really gonna.
I do have 4.
Okay.
So we have 4, and that.
What's the cost of battery?
They are high. So for a pack of 6 is like $700.
That's
or a pack of 3. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yep. They're expensive. But
it's an expensive toy, but it can also make you money in a hurry.
But 4 definitely gets the job done. 4 batteries.
That's 2 hours worth of work, pretty much.
Yep.
Nonstop.
Yep.
As you say, the next one up is weatherproof, pretty much.
The next one up is weatherproof, and it has a thing called hot swapping batteries. So it has 2 batteries in a bay at the same time. You can take
twice the
You
time.
can take a battery out and it still be on. Put a new battery in, take the old or the died battery out, put a new one back in, and up you go. Okay. This one you have to shut it all down, then turn it back on. You get the new battery in, reconnect to your software, this and that, and then up in there. But it doesn't take long. It takes about a minute, minute or 2. Doesn't take very long.
And 52 miles an hour as a crow flies, you can get really far out there real quick in the woods or whatever you're looking. Deers.
Yep.
Pets.
Yep.
This is a pet crazy county.
I know.
And pets are loose around here. I'm like, my gosh, how does that same dog get out every single day?
Yep.
So.
And that's something that we're really trying to push out to the community here in Martinsville. That people put out, hey, I lost my dog on this and this street. If anybody sees it, let me know. Call us. You know, we are definitely going to be able to find your dog.
And not for an exuberant amount?
No, not at all. I mean, but we will find it.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's not going to be like John Paul Joe walking all the way down the street, this street, and that street, not being able to find it. We'll find it.
Right. I think it's stuff like, I don't know. We could fly up and see Tim's stone and back. Mm-hmm. And I could sit there and look at that for a little bit. Mm-hmm. That is just fascinating to me. Yep. Right now. I mean, that is
and
very cool.
We haven't even talked about the zoom on the zoom lens.
Yeah, how is that?
So
what's the magnification?
56 times zoom.
That's good.
So I can be out at my house in Baker Township, and I can zoom in on Walmart's doors. I can see.
Wait, from your house.
From my house.
The drone doesn't have to be at Walmart.
No, if I am at my house.
Do not enter or wrong way or whatever.
Yep. If I'm at my house, I can zip it straight up, and I can zoom right in on Walmart's doors.
You live out by Corey?
Where's that at? Or where's he live?
Baker Township. Mm-hmm. He lives on Liberty.
Okay, he lives on the other side. I live on the right side. Like Legend, you know, when you go to Legendary, you go to the left up that way. So instead of going right to Legendary, you go left, like towards Paragon.
Well, wait a minute. Right to Legendary. Mm-hmm. Legendary, you have to get off on the highway.
Right.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You're up by Shelton Road or Paragon Road.
Yes.
Yes, I know where you're at.
Yep.
You're going that way. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Godsey Road.
Yep.
My bad.
Roughly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. He lives across the interstate from you.
Gotcha. Okay.
Just like 4 houses down from the church.
Very nice. Very nice.
So Corey, if you're on, he's going to zoom in on your property.
I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna check it. I'm gonna make sure everything's okay over there.
So here's what you got to do. You got to do this, and you got to. I want you to post this video.
Okay.
Maybe it might be too early yet, but the deer flood.
Oh yes.
Fields.
Yes.
Across from Liberty, and across from Jordan Road there. And that was the thing to do. Is we weren't spotting because we had no weapons. We weren't going to shoot them.
Sure.
But in the late winter, early spring, the deer would fill those fields up.
Yeah.
And you go infrared at night, and we need to go squatching with that too. Mm-hmm. Have you seen Bigfoot yet or anything like that?
Not that. Nope. Not yet.
Dude.
Not yet.
This is the thing to do. We go out there. 120 or what to charge batteries?
Do what now?
What do you need to charge the batteries though?
I think it's
house plug-in or is it more?
House plug-in. Yep.
Okay.
Regular
So
house plug-in. Yep.
Okay. So and you've got 4, so we could legitimately set up in the parking lot of Liberty Church.
Yep.
And you could buzz out there to the 4th Street.
Oh yeah.
And we could squatch for like 3 or 4 hours and zoomed right in, and you could be, and we could plug your controller into the system.
So that is what it sits in. It's a 3 battery bay charger.
Okay,
yep.
I see.
You just drop them in there.
And we could go squatch hunting all night.
Yep. Oh yeah. We'll find it.
I'm telling you.
We'll find
if
it.
there's a squatch out there, we're going to track him down.
Oh yes, for sure.
What's the neatest thing you found? Because I know you've just gotten it out and played.
Yes.
What's the neatest thing you found, but really haven't told anybody yet? I just thought of something else. Infrared. It's looking for heat signatures, though.
Right.
What other lenses can you get?
So with this drone, it's fixed. Like
right.
the gimbal is fixed to the drone. The bigger drones, you can take the different cameras off, but the thermal, the wide, and the zoom is all you got on that module. So you can't take it off.
I'm talking water-wise, if you could look into water.
Oh. I think because we have a pond in my house, I think we've seen fish.
Because you're looking for infrared, but I'm talking cars or things like that are at the bottom of a pond or a lake.
Oh, good question.
That they're looking for. Because there's another, I'm saying it wrong. You have visual-wise, you have infrared, and there's another one.
Night vision?
Not night vision. Oh, I have to think about it. It's a different, it's all based off of light anyway. 5 spectrum, maybe.
UV?
Light. Maybe I use UV at work. I don't know. I'll look that up.
Okay.
But I'm curious if that would help you.
Yeah.
In the water. Well, just like the underwater submarines that they drop in to look down and they see the stuff. They're using the same type of camera system.
Right. Yeah.
So
no, that's a good
UV,
question.
And it's not infrared because it's not putting out the heat source.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
We haven't looked at that much. Mm-mm.
That'd be interesting.
That'd be neat.
That's coming. It's got to be. I guarantee it.
For sure.
Because they're going to combat. I mean, when anything like this, law enforcement, military goes this way, the bad guys go this way.
Yeah.
So if you're using infrared, they're going to do something that they can hide behind.
Yep. Now here's the thing, and I got some of the deer photos pulled up of the drone remote. Oh, and here's a really good
What's up,
picture
Tim?
to show. So, before I go further, this is hold on, bear with me.
We're barren.
This is a chipmunk.
Holy cow. How far away are you?
I'm just maybe 30 feet off the ground. So that's a chipmunk.
Uh-huh.
Over is the infrared.
That poor sucker didn't even know you were infrared.
Not a clue. Not a clue. Yep, not a clue.
30 foot off the ground.
30 foot. That's it. And he had no clue I was above him. But yeah, that's what I do. When I go out and I want to find deer, I can have full screen of infrared.
Uh-huh.
And then when I've found what I'm looking for, I go to split screen to regular color view. And boom, I got infrared and I got the split screen.
And I got to ask this. Because hunting season, that's almost unfair at that point in time.
Now, yeah, that's the thing that a lot of people ask me. Is it against the law to go and track deer?
Hello, Kristen. Hello, Tammy. Kristen Cooper. Tell Cooper I said hi, Kristen. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good. Yes, I do believe it's against the law, or it may be a rule of some sort, against those type of guidelines. But we're not searching for deer. We're not tracking deer. We are going out after the hunter has already killed the deer to locate it.
Sure. I'm not saying you specifically.
Right, no, yeah.
But if there's Hunter Joe out there and he's like, I need food for my family and it's deer season, I got one tag left, fire up the drone so I don't have to walk 9 miles out to the stand.
Right.
And if there's one 50 meters from me, spook it this way with the drone.
Right.
End of story.
I don't know. I think you'd be walking on a fine line.
Probably so, but these laws would have to be rewritten.
Yeah.
Because over a feed or something like that,
right.
I get
Yep.
100%.
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yep.
It's a wave of the future, though.
For sure. For sure.
First time I ever saw one in town, a gentleman was over on this west side of town, and I talked to him, and it was a new toy. It was probably 8-9 years ago, and they were just coming out with them. I was fascinated by them. I am now. But now that you told me that you literally could hook up to my system, and we could sit here online on Facebook talking live porch time and watching you fly around town.
Nick's teacher, Eric Myers, there for the rewind class. We are actually trying to figure out a way for this year's football season to have the drone connected to their live rewind on YouTube.
I just told you how.
Yep.
It's as simple as that.
Whether
you take that, now you got USB, right?
Yeah.
You could USB into the camera slot, into a USB port here.
Yep.
You pull up your scene and you put camera, whatever, and that should take it. If that doesn't like it, I don't have to have two monitors. I can shrink that down and put it here. You can't see it, but then I can remove my second HDMI slot.
Oh yeah.
And unplug your camera into that from the HDMI. And I guarantee it will work.
The only
What platform do you go off OBS?
We put a production truck.
Okay.
And we got a new switcher so we can go real time playbacks and other stuff. We got all that new equipment, and he's Myers trying to set it up so he can get ready for the.
It'll work.
So hopefully,
I guarantee if you get especially on you guys, if you get HDMI in the back of that, you can HDMI into your system, and it should work. 100%. I don't see how it wouldn't, because I guarantee it'd work on mine either way, either USB or unplug the second TV and the HDMI into it.
Right. Yep.
All right.
The only thing it would not have is audio on my end.
Oh really? Well, there's no audio anyway. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
If there was audio, all you're going to be hearing is the propellers up in the air.
That'd be so cool. You're missing the point. I mean, you're flying with
a sound effect.
Right. Yeah. I know, that's when you, on my Delgado screen, I'm hitting sound effect for the drone footage. So, that'll work. I think that would seriously work.
Yep.
especially I still think USB would work on mine. I plug right into my computer, USB, make a scene with it, pull it up. The computer's gonna recognize the camera, boom, into it.
Mm-hmm.
Or if that doesn't work, HDMI will work. I guarantee it.
Yep.
That's why it was made.
Yep. Absolutely.
Dude, I'm excited.
It's
about
pretty
this.
neat technology.
That's crazy though.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys probably run off wireless capabilities on your monitor?
Yes.
There you go.
Yep.
That's fascinating. I'm sorry, folks. I'm like a kid in a candy shop here. This is a toy. I was one of the first human beings alive to have the helicopter on the string.
Oh, really?
I was like 6, and I'd fly it around in circles forever. Loved it. But back then, all you could do is fire it up, put a little gas in it, and it was on a string. And
yeah.
You controlled it by the string, but it still flew.
Mm-hmm.
But all you could do is fly in circle, and you controlled that.
Yeah.
That was my drone.
The drone. The drone from back when.
Right, from like 1980, 79.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Actually, 77, 78, actually. But anyway, well, gentlemen, anything you want to add, say? Nick, you've been kind of quiet. How's it going with Rewind?
It's going really good. We are just about to enter into competition. We just got done working on a music video. Our group did a song called Ballroom Blitz by the band Sweet, I'm pretty sure. And
you did not sing Ballroom Blitz.
We didn't sing it. We just like performed it. We did like this whole little cop bit around town. It was all fun. Yeah.
So when did you start doing this? When did Rewind start doing this?
I joined the class.
You're still in school?
Yeah. Same grade as him.
You're still in school.
Mm-hmm.
I did not realize that.
Yeah, know that?
He's actually older than me.
High senior.
Junior.
Junior? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, we're both juniors.
I thought you were graduated already.
Mm-mm.
So you guys are both well ahead of the plan. You know that.
Very.
That's
mm-hmm.
a money making thing right there.
Yep.
That's a career right there.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, it's fine. Yeah, so I started Rewind last year at the start of the year. I was always interested in like
I
making.
remember seeing you. Yeah.
I was always interested in making videos. What was it, like 8th grade? I made like this home movie, like this horror movie. It was. He even was in it at the start. It was.
Did you kill him off real quick in it?
Did we kill him?
I think.
Or, no, it was me who died.
Yeah, I stuck around for pretty good, and it was all his idea.
Yeah, so in the company, Eli is more of the drone guy. I do more like photography, videography, but usually when people call, they're usually for like dogs or recording with the drone, like the Christmas or the logging company.
Mm-hmm.
So like, for instance, the logging company, they wanted us to make a promotional video, so I edited it all together.
So you're good at editing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to need to speak to you too. Because that's good stuff.
That's just one thing.
I suck at that. I am horrible at that.
That's one thing I wish we could do more with football.
Yeah.
When we have our football games, it's the IHSAA rules and these rules.
What are the rules on that? We don't play by rules all the time.
They're real sticklers. So what I have been told is that you cannot. Let me get this right. You have to be done flying 30 minutes before kickoff. You cannot fly during halftime, and you cannot fly 30 minutes after the game ends.
Okay, let's stop for a minute. That's because you're affiliated with the school, correct?
No, it's just general use of drones during any type of...
So you're telling me I'm a drone owner. I am Mr. Porch Time Drone.
Mm-hmm.
On a Friday night, I can pop it over my house and zoom over to the football game, and the ISHA is going to come to my house and tell me I can't do that?
No, not that. You can't be... I guess you should have clarified more. You can't be within the vicinity of the football field.
I don't need to be. I got a 56 powered zoom lens.
Right.
I can count the dimples on the ball from right here above my house.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to get you in trouble.
No, yeah.
But what could they say at that point? You're not on school property.
Right. I mean, you're right. They can't say anything. But
what are they? What property rights with the drone? If you fly over somebody's
House.
Airspace, real estate, your property goes from center of the earth all the way forever universe.
Yep.
But there is an easement. People don't know that for all the aircraft.
Airspace is
everything is
not
a massive easement.
Regulate. Yep.
Yes. Is it the same for drones?
Yes.
Okay.
That's one big thing.
Is there a distance though? 10 feet, 20 feet? Off
They say 80 feet.
80 feet.
You have to be higher than 80 feet.
Do you have an altitude reading on your board?
Oh yeah, I got distance from the remote, distance from the ground. But the thing is, it's just like you can't shoot a plane. You can't shoot a Boeing 747. You cannot shoot this drone because it is like a Boeing 747.
Oh yeah. No, I understand that. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
that gets you in massive trouble.
Exactly.
So, what's up, Jack? Hello, Lori. Hello, Eric. Hello, Tammy. Well, I will tell you this. 10-4 and 8:52. You know what happened.
Mm-hmm.
And I called you in a panic because we're sitting over there in the dark at the sheriff's department.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, where you at? And you're like, what's up? I said, where you at? What's up? Tim's coming back from the hospital. Last ride. Where you at? Oh, big sigh.
Goosebumps.
I'm in imminence. And my drone's 45 minutes away. I was like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And he's like, no. I said, don't worry about it. They'll be coming down through. You'll probably hit the bridge when they hit the bridge. You know what I mean? You're not going to make it. 30 minutes later,
bum.
falls into the sheriff's department and goes, got it. And I was like, are you kidding me? And then the video that you took, I was live for about an hour and cried all the way through it. The video that you took and did for our family and anybody else in the community that watched was amazing.
It was, it makes me tremble. It was
utterly amazing. And that is something that his wife and his kids can hold on to forever. And I don't wish it on anybody, but if anybody ever goes through that and you're around and they need that done.
Yep.
I remember Dan on my feed posted, Tim Coryell just re-entered Morgan County and he's heading home. And you filmed that. You know, I got him from the bridge coming in at ground level. You filmed him turning the corner down there past the bridge. You're sky high.
Oh yeah.
Into the corner around and then out. And that was just, I will never forget that night, for one. But what you brought with your footage, it really hit home. And it was just I've never been able to thank you enough. I've told you thank you about 1,000 times. But it was one of the most cool things. And the funny thing is, Timmy would be complaining the whole time to turn that damn thing off. And there's not a chance. Because he hates the publicity.
Yep.
And that was so cool what you did that night. And I cannot thank you enough. That's up, Seth. Hello, Joe.
Yeah.
So if anybody wants to know the kind of work this man does, how's that labeled, that video? Just go to your site and look it up. The legend Tim, I think, comes home or something like that.
Yeah. I forget.
Watch that video. First of all, get proud of you. There you go. Oh. You better have Kleenexes when you watch the video. That's all I'm going to say.
Yes, it makes. I get choked up sometimes myself.
I've watched it probably no less than 1,000 times.
Oh
and,
yeah,
yeah. I see something different every time too.
Yeah. Let me find it real quick because I
keep looking to see Corey fall down, but you didn't get that. That's the only thing you didn't get that I wish you would have got because Timmy pushed him. I guarantee it.
Really? So when I posted this October 8th, 2023, the Facebook that I created, the Facebook page Haggard Drone Services on Facebook, brand new to Facebook, just released that there was even a page for Haggard Drone Services.
Yeah.
There may have been 5-6 posts in front of that, just like welcoming to and I got 135 likes, 28 comments, 106 shares, and 5.9 views. Or 5,900 views.
Yeah.
I was amazed and touched myself. It was very cool. And then
I showed that to guys at work.
106 shares.
Yeah.
I mean, just think how many times that is, and then however many times someone else has shared it. Very neat.
Yeah. Can't thank you enough. And if anybody wants to know his work, watch that video.
Yep.
That was something awesome he did, and Lori and the kids will always have that.
Yep. I'm so glad I was able to do it for him.
Well, listen up. Our conversations have been going on about this for a while, and we're going to make something happen now. I didn't realize you guys were still in school. I was going to put you to work.
We can work, can't we?
Porch Time Drone Services. I mean, come on.
Yeah. We're always out.
I've already got ideas. I was already over here working. I'm limited. I'm ground based.
You fire it well.
I need my Air Force.
You fire it well. We'll get it done.
We need about 6 of them. Then we can have some fun. I'm ground based. I'm strictly Army over here. That's why I went in the Army. Now we need some Air Force action.
Yeah.
That's an awesome toy. You're very good with it.
Mm-hmm.
You do good work with it, and that's the key.
Yep.
And I think as long as you do that, you'll do well with it, and people will call you up. And,
Mm-hmm.
and you, right there, for the fairgrounds, that guy right there.
Oh, is that who it is?
That's Seth Ringer. On the Coffee with Kevin show, he's known as the Trivia King right now.
Okay.
Because he's answered the one trivia question correctly. and rap ahead of faster than Trent.
Oh my gosh!
But he, for lack of better words, he runs the grandstand side of the fairgrounds, I believe, and probably a lot more than that here real soon. But good guy.
Mm-hmm.
Father was law enforcement.
Got it.
I bet you he'd be interested in what you got.
For sure.
I don't know if they got a drone at the fairgrounds.
Don't know.
But could you imagine if Porch Time took the drone to the fairgrounds? Eli Haggard Drone Services and Porch Time presents a flight around the fair.
Yep. Coming. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, have you seen the coolest one I've saw so far is what they did at Wrigley Field? A trip through Wrigley. They literally start out down the street.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. There you go.
Very nice. Appreciate
make sure
that.
you message him tonight.
Yep. Yep. Go ahead. Yeah, you can message me. Just message.
They do a trip down through Wrigley Field. And they start out, I think, on Addison or Waveland or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But they're literally going down the street. They're flying. Guys are waving their arm, and the drone's flying through. And they turn and they go into the facility, and they go through the kitchen and guys opening doors right. Everything's And then they go out on the field, and it's just amazing. Whoever's driving that drone is incredible.
Yeah. Those are fun drones.
Oh yeah, those are probably
fun.
really small.
Yes,
and just a big camera, flying camera, basically.
Yeah.
So anyway, but that's the type of stuff you can do. Mm-hmm. So I will leave it at that. Thank you for coming in, guys. Look at that, 50, almost an hour on the dot. I didn't think we'd get there, but
we did. We made it.
Nick, you got anything you want to add?
No, I think we covered a lot of stuff.
Keep the good work up with Rewind. I think that's very cool. We give away scholarships through our golf outing. One is for communication.
Yes.
And one is for law enforcement now.
The vocational class there at that high school is unbelievable. I mean, both of them are vocational classes, criminal justice, law enforcement, Rewind. They're so cool. Isn't it fair to use more updated social media most fair?
See, I want half the cut on that deal. I'm just saying.
Yeah, the fair week.
I'm gonna write a number on a piece of paper and slide it across the table.
Yeah,
that's from a movie.
And I mean, it's not to talk more time, but it's crazy how many people go. I go to the bank. I go here. I'm like, I'm with Haggard Drone Services. They're like, oh my gosh, it's so cool to put a face to these photos that you've taken and Tim's video. They're like, oh my gosh, that's who you are. Yes, and the drone guy.
There you go. Thanks, Seth.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
Do you go by HDI?
HDS.
I'm sorry, HDS. Do you have HD? Is that what you go by?
Mm-hmm.
Get a hat with H, the D, and the S all together.
Yeah, we're wanting to get some swag, some merch, and hats. Here, you want a pin?
I know a guy that makes shirts. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but no, we're trying to get our name out there and get it spread, helping people. That's my main goal. I want to help people.
That's where you're going to make your money, is helping people.
Yep.
Bringing creative images and things like that for the fair and things like that.
Yep.
But also when you're out there helping
absolutely
people. So.
Yep.
Boys, thanks for coming in.
For sure.
Proud of what you're doing.
Appreciate it.
You're doing
thank
very
you.
well. You both
Thank
are. Keep up the good work.
Mm-hmm.
Keep your grades up. Don't miss school. I don't think either one of you have that problem. I hope not.
Nope, not at all.
You got a year and a half left.
Yes.
You also, are you a senior?
Yeah.
Year and a half?
Yeah. May 2025.
Mhm.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yep.
And
Real quick.
And he's graduating early, aren't you?
I don't know. I haven't decided. What I want to do.
Two of mine did. I think Logan went half year, and one of them went a year. But she was at the Science Academy
Okay.
up in Ball State.
Gotcha.
But yeah,
It's
keep
fun.
it up.
Yep.
Well, anything else you want to say? Luke Jackson, what's up, buddy?
Luke Jackson. He's a good guy.
Yes, he
Luke
is.
Jackson.
He'll be at the fairgrounds with us. that
Yep.
day.
Lives out there in Baker Township with
That's
us.
another Baker Township boy. Yes, sir.
There's a lot of good folks out there.
All right, boys. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. Seth, I'll see you bright and early at 6:30 a.m. with Coffee with Kevin.
Coffee with Kevin.
I got my pumpkin spice set up over here. They dogged me for that, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I my little peps I put in there. I ignore him and Trent and others. So
Anything else you want to add?
no,
Love you, Mom. To my fellow.
There you go.
yeah.
Love you, Mom. Love you, Dad.
yeah.
You know. Love you.
You gotta learn to say hi to the parents.
Yeah. Meme. Yeah. Everybody. To my fellow Americans. you saw that, didn't you? Travis Kelce got up there on the podium and.
Yeah. Thank God it's Friday. My guest isn't coming in tomorrow. I don't have a guest in the morning, so that's all right.
Yep.
I had a surprise guest coming in. They had to cancel.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
was like, I don't know if people want to come in here and hang out with me at freaking 6:30 in the morning anyway. So, all right. Thank you guys so much. Keep us informed of what you're doing, and if we can figure something out, there's some things we can do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I have some fantastic ideas.
And you send them right over. But word is, make sure you follow Haggard Drone Services
HDS
on Facebook and Instagram.
Yep.
And if you lose a pet in the Martinsville area, call us up.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming in tonight. Guys, love you. Tomorrow's Friday. I'll be up on 6:30 in the morning. I don't think I have a show Friday or Saturday as of yet. Probably something Sunday. Love you guys. We will see you soon.